Well, football season is back. The first day of pre-season. We've had the fixtures this week. Now we've had our first pre-season friendly, Michael Bacon. And Ipswich Town have run out comfortable 7-0 winners. We had two halves of 30 minutes. A bit of a silly penalty shootout at the end, which we'll talk about in a minute. But as a whole, Mike, what did you make of today, the game, the scoreline, the occasion?
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was a good day, great day. Good day out for Needham Market. They're putting a real good show here. Ipswich Town will be pleased with coming over here. Great community atmosphere. Players sign autographs. Everyone quite close to the players, which was lovely. Players walking through crowds, sign autographs. So all for off the pitch stuff, great, fantastic, really big good. On the pitch, look, it's a runabout. It's a bit of fitness, isn't it? And Ipswich Town, with all due respect, Needham Market. Needham did very well, mind you. Needham played their part. Ipswich were great. Over the two halves, they were solid and ran away with a bit in the last. I think it was 2 30-minute halves, which I think I'm glad it was really, because if it had been another 30 minutes, I think the scoreline could have got a bit silly because Needham didn't have the players that Ipswich had.
Yeah.
But yeah, good stuff. Enjoyed it.
I think there's a little bit of context here today. This is early for Needham Market. They were telling us when we were signing in, we don't normally start this early, but when Ipswich Town say they want to play a friendly, you don't say no. So I think some of their players were probably away on holiday, by all accounts. I think they've had a couple of players leave in the transfer window as well, and they couldn't change the whole 11 at half time like Ipswich did. So 6 of those 7 goals came in that second half. But we won't read too much into the result today, but we can still pick out a few bits and pieces. The first thing for me is it's great that two of the new boys get off the mark with a goal, especially a striker in Freddie Ladapo. They always want to get that first goal, doesn't matter who it's against.
And a nice goal, a really nice goal, a nice chip, just turned and just chipped the keeper. I mean, it was like 2 goals in a second, like 2 goals in a minute there. And Greg Lee got a goal as well. I mean, it was nice from Freddie. Yeah, strikers, you want strikers to score goals, don't you, Stu? I mean, that's why you buy a striker in the summer and he scores on his debut. I suppose it's his pre-season debut. It's not his league debut for Town, but it's his pre-season debut. Nice to see him score a goal. Should have had another one, actually. A header 7 yards out. Should have probably buried that as well. But yeah, that was nice. And to say Greg getting one, Lee getting one as well. And obviously Connor Chaplin getting a hat-trick. So that was quite nice.
Yeah, and Tommy Hughes was amongst the goal scorers as well. Interesting that Kieran McKenna kind of picked him out for praise afterwards. We asked about pre-season's a chance for youngsters to force their way into your plans, and straight away he said, straight off the bat, Tommy Hughes, been impressed with him in pre-season so far this training week, and he was impressed with him again today. He sort of played on that left side. It was interesting. We were trying to work out the formation as the game went on. We're all expecting the back 3 that we saw under McKenna, but it was actually more of a back 4 today. I thought it was more of a 4-2-3-1 traditional formation. Whether we can read too much into that at this early stage of pre-season, I don't know. It might have just been trying to get the players at his disposal into a couple of formations, but changed the whole team. Second half, we actually saw a couple of players in positions that we don't usually see them in. We had Idris El Mazouni at right back, and we had Rakeem Harper at centre half for a spell as well. But McKenna said, don't worry too much about that. We're just getting players on the pitch at this stage of the season.
Yeah, I think so. And it was difficult to work out formation, especially that second half, as you say, because the players playing all over the place. But going back to Tommy Hughes, you're right. He really did take his chance today. I mean, look, he's a young lad. He's in the. He's obviously trained well. Kieran McKenna, as you rightly mentioned him. He can only come here and do what he's done today. I mean, it's a friendly. He can only do he can only just come here and play his game. But he scored one. He set up. I think he set up at least one. And he was really busy. He was really busy and lively, and he took his chance as well. So well done, Tommy Hughes. Yeah, fair play to him. Enjoyed that.
Yeah, and he's come back from a couple of horrendous long-term injuries as well, so just to get to this stage for him is massive credit. We saw Kane Vincent-Young in an advanced sort of right-sided wing role. He was involved in a few of the goals in the second half. Good to see him out there. He's someone who needs games and to stay fit. I thought Cameron Humphreys was very assured in the first half. He's another youngster who can work his way in, but a good first outing for Ipswich Town at Needham Market today. As you say, great facilities here at Ipswich, at Needham, great playing surface, nice clubhouse and everything, and just nice to see Kieran McKenna and all the players did a signing session afterwards. Just just interacting with the fans. It's great, isn't it?
It just doesn't hurt, does it? It just doesn't hurt. Ipswich Town is a community club. They've had Mark Steed over today as well, one of the American backers. He was great with his, he was going around meeting the fans as well. And I mean, look, Ipswich is a community club, always has been. We're talking historic here. We're not just talking like last 5 minutes. And it lost that little bit, to be honest, in the last decade. So this was good today. And everyone seemed to be enjoying themselves. Like when people are relaxed, aren't they? We know there's no high pressure stakes here today, but it's just nice when people relax and they've got time. And I mean, Christian Walt must have had about 500 selves, I just think, between walking from the edge of the pitch back to the change room, didn't he? But he stopped for every one of them, which is great to see.
Yeah. Just a final note on that penalty shootout. I've never seen anything like it. So it finishes 7-0. We knew they were going to have a little fun penalty shootout. We were trying to keep the score, all watching one end, and then it suddenly dawned on us that there were some penalties being taken at the other end at the same time as well. It was impossible to keep up with. So I've got no idea who scored, who didn't. All I did see was Christian Walton absolutely leather one into the back of the net, goalkeeper style. Burgess did the same as well. So that was a bit of fun. I guess just to wrap up, we should explain some of the players that weren't here today. Burns still not back after being away with Wales, but he'll join up with the squad middle of next week. Tyrese John-Jules was the one of the 4 summer signings, not involved today. He's coming back after a sort of medium to long-term quad injury, I think. So McKenna said they're just going to ease him back in. Evans back from injury today. Edwards back from injury today, which was good. Carl, he was quite lively on the right.
Well, just about to say, Carl Edwards had a great little first half. He was the first in the first half, and everything was pinging over at him, and he was taking people on and getting lots of crossing again. I think he created 2 goals. Yeah. I mean, so good to see him because Wes Burns has very much been the go-to man for the wing play. Nice to have Edwards there as someone who could be that man as well. So,
he played on the right while Burns wasn't here, and then. Edmondson and Jackson are the 2 that are not quite ready yet, but it sounds like they're not too far away. So another week at Playford Road next week for Ipswich Town. Then it's a training camp in Loughborough, and then we've got West Ham coming to Portman Road on a Tuesday night, which should be good fun. So we'll see you after that one.